right. This is weird. This is really weird because it seems like each and every video lately, it just follows on the heels of the last video. And it's just so strange because, the last video, here's an example, prima facie example. The last video, we were talking about the bad guy, but not in the sense of a physical, literal bad guy, but we're talking about the representation, the mark or icon, the image of the beast. And we're talking about the symbology involved. And we're talking about the identification involved when it's right under our nose. It has been for a long time. We're talking about all of that badge of servitude, as it were. Because even don't think this is out of line, the badge of servitude applies to the false prophet. And the false prophet is doing the business for, or heralding the in place of, or diminishing the finished work of Jesus Christ on the cross. We can rest our case on that information alone, right there. Rest our case. The point has been made. But I had this unction just a few minutes ago, and I want to bring it to your attention, see what you think about it. And then we'll go into a few more things as well. This is Revelation chapter 13:6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. Now, what does this have watermarks of? What does this speak of? Is it any, and we just mentioned it in the last video about the souls under the altar that cry out, "How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not avenge our blood on them who dwell upon the earth?" And they were given white robes and told to wait a little while longer until their fellow servants and brethren should be killed as they. That's the fifth seal. Souls under the altar. And again, to reiterate 13:6, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name in his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. Those are what you call the quantifiers. Let's get to the qualifier. And we'll couch this in the form of present day application. Present day application. As an example, there have been numerous times when people would comment on this channel, and then the comment just goes poof, dissipates into thin air. Can't be found, nothing. Sister Pamela, you have complained about it even. And other people as well. The few of you dear brothers and sisters out there. And here recently, let me go over to, just to see if this happened within the last hour or so. I saw a comment from a dear brother. Let me get to your handle or namesake here, please. 1 second. And wait a second. I can't even bring the comments up now. We're talking about voices. Here's what we're talking about. Let's just cut to the chase. We're talking about our voices are getting cut off. That literally our voices are getting cut off. Now, be of good cheer, because this qualifies you under the distinct parameters of the souls under the altar, because the altar is now within. Know ye not that ye are now the temple of the living God and his Spirit? The temple is now within. You're getting your voices cut off. You are one, qualification-wise, this puts you firmly into the category, albeit the fact that you're still alive, of getting your voice cut off, albeit of being on the receiving end of what the saints under the altar are complaining about. Not complaining, but they're raising their voice. How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not avenge our blood on them who dwell upon the earth? And they were each given white robes and told to wait a little while longer until their fellow servants and brethren should be killed as they. Right now, you're getting your voices cut off. I want to get to this see if I can go through another way here and get to this other brother's name, because what you did, and I'll get to your name here in a second, bear with me please. What you did, and this also happened with Sister Juliana as well, a couple of times. Let's see here, 1 second. Yeah, Narrow-Minded 1440. Narrow-Minded 1440. You, brother, had put in a comment today, and I was in the middle. This is, I don't know, hour and a half ago. I was in the middle of putting just a really great response, because you nailed it. You were talking about the same, there were 3 elements that I was talking about the last video. Theodore Herzl, that's who it was, from the Zionists. You made a comment about that. I didn't even know that you made a comment about that, and here I was talking about it the last video. And also a couple other elements. I don't recall what they were offhand, but it was like the second witness kind of a situation. And you nailed it. And I was writing back and saying, man, thanks, this is great. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, brother. And lo and behold, I go to send the message to your input that I, recently received, not more than an hour and a half ago, and it says, error message, will not send. Keep writing or cancel. I kept doing keep writing, and I'd send it again, it wouldn't go through. Keep writing, send it again, it wouldn't go through. And then I just lost the message. Went poof. So there we go. And I will put up, there is about 10 days ago, 11 days ago, I did one video where it was a remnant message for the times in which we live. It was a short, the only short that I have in there. I don't know if you guys can still see it or pull it up or nothing. But the analytics on it, what happened was that short went a little sideways, and then all of a sudden it went straight up. And it garnered 241 sets of eyes. Views, in other words, eyeballs. 241. Then it flatlined. And it's still flatlining. We're getting our voices cut off. We're on the other reciprocal or reciprocating end of the prayer of the souls under the altar, except they're on the other side. In the heavenly Jerusalem, we're on this side of the temple is within Jerusalem, and it's being played out according to Scripture. You cannot get any better than that. Congratulations. Narrow-Minded 1440, Juliana, Angela, Pamela Loves Jesus, amongst others. I know you're out there. If you haven't, said anything, that's fine. I know you're out there. There's a few more of you. We're just one small little family. We're going to all get paid a penny at the end of the day. We're all helping to row that same boat. Nobody owns a remnant message. It's make it your message. Make it your message. We all get paid a penny at the end of the day, and that's the way it is. I love you guys. Stay in that fight. We'll see you when the smoke eventually clears. But until then, keep it up. Love you guys. We'll talk soon.